This is another topic that I've been struggling about this for since I was studying the Bible. And I was alone here, so it's probably about 20 years ago. I was reading it and I couldn't understand it. You know, after Jesus was feeding the multitudes, right? Then the lesson there was he said, "Watch out for the leaven of the Pharisees," right? And then the explanation is that something going on with the bread and the leaven. It's very confusing, right? Nobody really knows what that means. But right now, I think I got it. I think I got what that means. So back then, I didn't have the context about the difference between what Yahweh did with the Hebrews and what Jesus did with the Judeans that time. So when we look back at the story, right, Jesus, after seeing the multitude following him, he felt pity on them, right? He just looked at those people and he's thinking, where can we find food for these guys, right? And then his disciples are saying like, just send them home, right? Send them home so they can eat at their home. And then Jesus was saying, no, 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 no. We'll feed them, right? So in comparison with Yahweh, this is very different, right? And then the lesson at the end, when Jesus told the disciples that watch out for the leaven of the Pharisees, I don't think that means it doesn't it doesn't have anything to do with making bread or multiplying fish and stuff like that. I think he's talking about how the Pharisees were using the events of the past, like making stuff up about it, just like what we're doing right now about these events. It seems like Jesus was not talking about bread here. He was talking about how the Pharisees are making stuff up to explain what happened when they were under Yahweh's guidance, Yahweh's rule, under Yahweh's, what do you call this, guardianship. Let's say he was babysitting them, right? Because we can find this in Acts, right? Yahweh was a guardian. The law was a guardian. Yahweh was an angel sent to give them the law, stuff like that. So he went on before them, and he's going to be very strict to them, right? So Jesus was not talking about how to make bread here or how much to make, but he's showing the difference between the true God, him, and his Father. Because, if you don't know, Jesus also said that what he's doing is what the Father is doing, right? So they're one, basically. So whatever he's doing there, this is also what the true God is going to do, right? So it's like, let's call it, it's like an avatar, right? You're in a game with your avatar, and then I'm not, don't mind that, okay? It's just an example because people find that funny when you talk about avatars like that. I don't think they understand what that means. We'll explain that next time, what I mean by that next time. So anyway, he's showing that if it was him that was there, people would not have to ask him for food. They wouldn't have to ask him for fish and bread. They wouldn't have to complain and stuff like that. He's going to see these people hungry walking in the desert, and then immediately he's going to feel compassion towards them, pity them, and multiply their food. And you know how much food he gave them? Beyond measure. Like, there's 12 baskets extra, right? They were so full that there was 12 baskets extra. And in comparison, compared to what Yahweh did in the past, Yahweh was like limiting their food. Like, you can't eat too much, or if you eat too much, I'm gonna kill you, or you're gonna die, right? You're gonna get poisoned by whatever that was they're eating there. Maybe it's guano, or maybe it's bird droppings, or maybe those volcanic ash, or whatever that was, right? Maybe it was, some scientists say it was like a mushroom growing somewhere there. I don't know what's going on there, right? And people were saying it was falling, coming out from the dew, right, from the morning dew. Then there's this white things on the ground that they had to crush. These are very hard, oily things. This manna, it's a hard, oily thing that you have to crush it, grind it. It looks like a weird kind of clay, something like that. But nobody really knows what that is. But I think it's it's poisonous if you consume a lot. But then again, in comparison, Jesus gave them beyond what they need. So, comparison to Yahweh versus Jesus, Jesus creates abundance from little, right? But then Yahweh has restrictions, right? So when Jesus tells his disciples, you know what's going on here? Like, you know the lesson here, right? So he's trying to say, like, look at this. Look at what's going on here. Like, this is your Yahweh, your God, is not me or my father. Like, we're two different things. So stop listening to the priest. Whatever they try to explain about this event, the event in the past, don't listen to that. Right? Be careful of that. Whatever they talk, they tell you, teach you about that, about what happened in the past in the wilderness, don't listen to them. Be careful of what they teach, using that wilderness, quote unquote, testing, right? Because Jesus never tested them. He gave them beyond what they need, and even have extras. With 12 basket extras. So, yeah, I guess that's what it means. I think I understood and now understand what that means. So if you find that helpful, I hope it helps you in your life. So when you read that part of the Bible, that's what it means. At least to me, that's what it means. So it's the context there is that Jesus was showing his disciples that the God you know is not the God that I am, or the Father that I'm telling you about. Because look at what I'm doing here. This is not what your teachers, your priests, are telling you about. This is what I'm showing you here is the truth. What your teachers, the Pharisees, are telling you is not. So watch out for what they're talking about when they're using the wilderness story as a basis for their whatever the law that they're talking about. Because the Pharisees, I think the Pharisees are the lawmakers, right? The lawyers. So I think that's it. And we'll talk more next time about that. I just want to share that. And let's check the comments here. I can't see. Are you from Mexico? No, I'm from the Philippines, my friend. Philippines. But yeah, the way we speak is kind of the same. Yeah, because we are basically another colony of the. Oops, sorry about that. So okay, guys. Lourdes Martinez. I hope you have a nice day, Lourdes, and I hope you have a great day today. What did I freaking do? I hope you have a great day today, too, brother. And so that's it for me. And thanks for dropping by. All right. Okay. Bye.